Hi guys, please don't be scared to hear my voice. I just wanted to say a more personal thank you since we've reached 400,000 subscribers recently. I definitely don't deserve this, guys. Like, my videos are nowhere close to being good. For some reason, no matter how hard I try, I always end up messing up something, either the sound, the visuals, the food. But you guys are still here watching me. I feel so lucky. Like, every day I have to literally pinch myself to believe what's happening right here. I have so many people watching my messy eating videos. It's just so mind-blowing to me. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you and love you so much. I truly consider you as my friends, and I hope we'll keeping each other's company for a long time. Even though it's a bit more one-sided, still, whenever I read your comments, I feel I have so many friends, which is ridiculous because I know, guys, you are so far away, but still, I feel so lucky and blessed to have you. Thank you so much for being here. It truly means the world to me. Okay, enough talking. Don't worry, I'm not going to be talking for the rest of the video. You guys probably know by now that these are my cheat meals, and I like to enjoy myself and focus on my food whenever I make a video. But feel free to turn on the captions. I'm gonna be sharing with you a story today, or maybe let's do how I started YouTube and how I ended up making this type of videos, like a little bit of history behind the creation of my channel. So yeah, if you're interested, turn on the captions. Thank you so much again. Let's get started.